Hello, welcome to Metalhead Nation Garage. I'm Chris, your host, bringing you today's rock news. And let's get with it. It's talking about Great White. Wow, what a great band back in the 80s. If you remember, they was just killing the charts back in the 80s. They coming in, with, let's just name some of their songs. Once Bitten, Twice Shy, Sarah, Rock Me, Save Your Love, House of Broken Love. I mean, Lady, Red Light, The Angel Song, just a bunch of hits. Missed the Bone. I mean, there's all kinds of hits there. Really a good band, great band, and and they just imploded, right? They one thing led to another, and I mean, if Jack Russell's Great White. I just seen them a couple years ago. It was really good. I mean, he kind of limps up on stage and stuff, but it was a sold-out crowd there at Bogart's, and man, he rose to the occasion. He threw that cane to the side, and he danced and jumped around all night. So the music brings it out in Jack. But we do know the history behind him, all the drug addiction and the demons he has, but he just did an interview and he was, a little ticked off at his old bandmates here, Mark Kendall, for one. They was mostly the songwriters and lyricists in the original Great White. But he said he always talks crap about him, and which he does. I mean, in a kind way. He just everybody asks, can they get the original Great White back together? And the Kendall says no. He says he sees Jack now and he just sits down. He's got a cane. He said, you listen to our music, you got to move around. Which he's probably not lying, not at all. It's a upbeat music and it gets you moving, singing, and dancing. It surely does. But Kendall, he cannot gripe. I mean, he's went through like 10 singers since Jack Russell. So I don't know why he keeps on talking about Jack. I mean, but anyways, they made the news on that. But both bands are out touring, right now, and but I don't know who's better, who's not. I mean, there's always what you say. You got two Great White bands out there on the road. Why can't you come together and make it one? And that's just personalities and everything not doing it, because you probably would make more money to come together as one instead of two. So and really, and a lot of people, if you're not into music, you're not going to know which Great White you're going to see. At a club or whatever. But hey, it was a great band in the 80s. Like I said, all them hits in the 80s. One of the up and coming risers. It was all over MTV, and just a great band. That it's one of them ones that imploded, and it happens a lot in the rock business, that's for sure. But hopefully continue success with what they're doing. They're happy with what they're doing. So yeah, if they come to a local club to you around your city, I'd suggest going to Jack Russell's Great White, because it's pretty good, and it's the lead singer. So, but anyways, moving on for that, we'll go to XYZ. The band, they're coming out. They're going to release a new mini LP. And they're just looking for the right label. XYZ, another one of them, Sunset Strip bands back in the 80s coming up. And actually their lead singer, Terry Lewis, he was in the Great White, 3 or 4 years ago, lead singer. But anyways, yeah, XYZ's coming out with a new album, just shopping it around at this present time. But I always liked XYZ. I thought, when they was first getting going, they was actually the band of the Whiskey Go-Go. They was opening there, every night in LA, and then and then they started to tour with Ted Nugent, opening up for him in '89. and they had that big hit that came out. One of their biggest hits, "Inside Out," which was a great tune. It's catchy, you just got that hook in there. It's great, great song. They got him signed to a major label at that time, Capitol, and made "Hungry," but the album "Hungry" later on. But their songs coming up, "Inside Out," "What Keeps Me Loving You," "Face Down in the Gutter," which is a rocking song. When I Find Love," "Souvenirs," just in the hits go on there in the 80s, "Maggie," but just a great party band, which most of them was on the Sunset Strip. But it's kind of good to see them, man. I haven't seen XYZ. If they come around here in the Midwest, I plan on doing that, just because I just like that party going band that they are, and they're really fun and easy going, and get you grooving there, that's for sure. Who else is in the news? Well, it's a little bit Tom Petty. 25 years ago, he did a role in The Postman. But Tom, he wasn't only good, for the music business with "Damn Your Torpedoes" when he held out for that album, and told his label to go suck it, and he'll come out with it when he did, and he did. He kind of, one of them back in the day that would stand up to him, and really, golly, is intelligent on the music. I mean, look what he did with Stevie Nicks, her solo career, and his, and Tom Petty's just an easygoing, fun-loving guy. Another guy I never got to see him, boy, just miss it every day. And Campbell, guitarist, is really good, the band leader for him. And then he got together with Fleetwood Mac as a touring musician on their last tour. That was a couple years ago. But again, Tom Petty, 25 years ago, The Postman. So anyways, just a little trivia for you there on his side. And on Tom Petty, boy, really miss him. And then Dave Grohl's out there. He's like from the Foo Fighters, and he's like doing songs with everybody. This time it's Jack Black doing a cover of Rush's "The Spirit of Radio," but he just out there doing a lot of things. Really nothing on the front of Foo Fighters doing a tour, after Taylor's death, but he is certainly out there with everybody else. Pink here about a week ago, he did a song with, but he's out there with everybody about. And talking about Jack Black, I don't know if you like Jack Black, but boy, Tenacious D, that's a heck of a band. I don't know if you've heard that, but I really like him in that. He really does great covers of Dio. If you haven't heard it, but and is real. I tell you, he's really a good singer, a good artist. Jack Black, I like him more as an artist than in the movies, believe it or not. But again, Dave Grohl just making rounds there, not saying anything about the Foo Fighters, but who knows? Something's got to happen there. He's going to have to, come out and say something, about. I'm sure it's not, it's not a dead band yet. They're going to come out and do something. I'm sure. I'm probably just looking for a drummer, but they'll find somebody out there to do that. And in related news, it's Aerosmith, man. 40 years ago, they reworked the lineup, ends on Bitches Brew. But, Aerosmith, they're really, darn, man, they really took a turn for the deep. We haven't really heard what Steven Tyler's illness was. They haven't said anything about going back and setting up the dates in Vegas, and you know, or even a tour after that. So we don't know. Haven't heard any bad things on Steven Tyler, but there's definitely no news coming out of camp at all. So it's kind of interesting to say the least. But hey, that'll be it for this episode of Metalhead Nation Garage. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Thanks.